Hello, everyone. How's it going? Have you ever thought to yourself that you are too strong and decided not to pursue greater strengths? You may be saying to yourself, who would do such a thing? Well, there is one man that would do that, and his name is Garfunkle. He's neither wise, stoic, nor is he powerful, but he is dense. In the world of Dark Souls, you have the option to have the help of a maiden to receive power. Garfunkel did no such thing and aspires to be the strongest with his own power. But during Garfunkel's creation, I made him look like a goblin of sorts. Kim Kardashian, if you will. But that's just me. The first order of business was getting a Titanite chunk. This is a surprise tool that will help us later. I grabbed the Estus shard, and I was making my way to get the silver serpent ring. For those who don't know, it increases the amount of souls you get for enemies killed. I believe it's about 10%. I'm not sure. Reaching the high wall of Lothric, I knew what I needed to do immediately. I needed my smashed yellow crayons for Lore. Now I'm not sure if he's a man who likes to crawl around on all fours, but I do know he's in armor, and lightning does wonders against metal. As I reached the second bonfire, I was followed by a fan. Now I'm not sure if this was a Make-A-Wish kid or not, he seemed a bit too old. So I grabbed the Titanite shard and he came running at me with what looked like a pen, so I beat him to death with my club. Running along the rooftops made me feel like an assassin from Assassin's Creed, but I quickly realized that I was just in London. Everyone was attacking me with knives. So I went and grabbed the Estus shard that was on the anvil. I also remembered to grab the jail cell for Gay Rat. That's not until later.
Very well. I am great. Give this.
As I grabbed my gray fetus of a friend, he wanted me to give this ring to a girl named Loretta. Now, I wasn't too keen about that, but to buy things from him, I figured I might as well. I grabbed the light crossbow and some bolts, thinking I might use them for some ranged attacks. But you'll see in the run, I don't touch these things at all. They're pretty fucking useless.
Goodbye.
So the best thing I can, relate this fight to with Vort is it's like play fighting with your dad. You know, I was lightly tapping him and Vort was getting upset. So I slapped him and put an end to his career. Upon reaching the undead settlement, I was quickly reminded on how much I hate the dogs in Dark Souls games. They either teleport or they just keep gnawing at your fucking legs. This is a prime example. Upon reaching the second bonfire, I quickly found Loretta, Rayrat's loving wife or girlfriend. I had to knock her down like she was a pinata though. She ended things a bit early for herself going into town. So I grabbed the Estus shard and the ember and quickly beelined before I ended up like her. On my quest to unlock all the bonfires in the undead settlement, I quickly realized I was being chased by 1840s Leatherface. And instead of a chainsaw, it's a big ass fucking hacksaw who tried to cleave me in half. And boy did he succeed. As I was getting spears thrown at me, I grabbed the Mortician's ashes for later. I tried to upgrade my weapon back at Firelink, but I was short the Titanite shard. So I had to run all the way back to Loretta's gravesite and grab the last one there. This wasn't the only thing I grabbed though. I also grabbed Flynn's ring. So I decided to help out Big Onion Man here with this giant demon that he's fighting, and the best way I figured out how to do it is hide under this building and keep attacking his tail, while Onion took all the beatings. Reaching the road of sacrifices was easy enough, but I did have someone's minty breath breathing down my neck, which was pretty scary. The next thing on my to-do list was to grab the Grass Crest Shield. This increases my stamina regen and would be my loving wife through this entire run. I decided to stop by Dumb and Dumber to get some free souls. The guy with the club decided he wanted to kill himself, which I had no issue doing, and helping. As I was descending, I decided to take their weapons as a reminder that I helped someone fall down a ladder and for their families never to see them again. Sitting at the bonfire made me realize one thing for Keep. So I decided to go back to Firelink and buy a dagger. This dagger would make me quick step through all the poison, making it pretty easy to get through the lake. On my way to extinguish all the flames, I was constantly attacked by Floridians. They just never knew when to stop. Extinguishing all the flames was pretty easy. I just had one last thing to do. I started making my way up the ladder to go to the Great Wolf. I had to grab the Titanite shards here as well as the Dream Chaser's ashes. Grabbing those two Titanite shards, I decided to try fighting the Great Wood. As you can see, I got grabbed by Michael Jackson's hand and smashed to death. Being killed by the Great Wood, I still needed runes to upgrade my weapon one more time. So I tried fighting these Floridians as I stated before, and all I can say is it didn't go as well as I thought it would. I got beaten to death numerous times by these guys. With a newly upgraded weapon, I decided to take on the Crystal Sage. Now this boss fight is fairly easy, but regrettably and embarrassingly, I died to her about 4 times. Upon reaching the bonfire in the cathedral, I decided to test the crossbow damage on this dog, and as you'll see, it's pretty fucking useless. While making my way to the Deacons, I decided to upgrade my weapon one more time by the help of the DLC. So I got the large Titanite shards, but I also killed Wilhelm, because, you know, 3 souls. After upgrading my weapon to +5, I decided to buy Lloyd's Shield Ring. This thing saved my ass so many times, I don't even want to begin counting. After admiring all the plastic surgery I got, I decided to meet my bird friend once again and trade a firebomb for a large Titanite shard. So, getting into the Deacons fight, it was like lambs to the slaughter. I didn't stop swinging my sword until they were all dead. making my way to the Abyss Watchers, I honestly was scared of this fight. I always had issues with these guys whenever I made a playthrough, but this was pretty easy, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't die once though. After the Abyss Watchers, I eventually made my way to Wolnir. Now, embarrassingly, I died to this guy about 3 or 4 times, and that's honestly depressing because it takes about 5 hits to break a fucking bracelet on me. So when it came to the fight with the Dancer, Garfunkle's usually a hit and ass and run fast type of guy. The Dancer was not tapping that and decided to mace me with her 2 swords.
What?
So I decided to help Cirrus kill her dad or uncle or whoever this guy is. And I'm not gonna lie, I died too many times in this fight. He kind of just kept swinging behind him and killing me. So, yeah. But I did decide to follow Cirrus until she disappeared. Which was kind of bad because I was trying to get more than just a high five for killing that guy.
On your journey.
Next on the hit list was a skimpy Morat, Osiris, and Tomb King. Now, I've never fought this guy, or I've never fighting this guy, so seeing something jump around like a damn jackal was honestly terrifying. I died quite a few times, but nothing too crazy.
What could you possibly fear? Now, show yourself. My dear Ocelot. And slaves, how quick.
Cyrus, you set a new champion Gundyr for Prisoner Shackles. And, well, I had to watch a YouTube video on how the fuck to parry this guy, because without parrying, I died to this guy so many times. It nearly happened. I was nearly done. But luckily, I had to and I'll put that channel in the description. So now, after collecting the coiled sword fragment, I decided to explore Drakewood again. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still scared of Michael Jackson. I wish I'd swim and swim until he was no more.
Now.
After running through the dungeon, I decided to run to the Profane Capital to get the giant guy. I forgot his name, but I did not expect a gargoyle to be right here, and I got the bonfire eventually. So I know I'm a bit dense, but I tried to jump over this hole and completely failed. Next thing I knew, I was in the next human centipede. So I said, you make a beeline for the ladder I saw, but I'm not lying, I did not get close whatsoever. So, Yorn was, probably the easiest boss fight I'm gonna have in this entire run. The Storm Ruler, fucking Storm Breaker. This fight, the Singe. I was gonna attempt to just destroy the first one. Still the first time. But I decided he was easy. No other description. Oh, you gave me so much trouble when I first ever played through on this game. I'm not gonna lie. But this run was completely different. I beat you all in this one. It was not tomorrow. During my expedition to Anor, I had a similar situation happen like in the swamp. This guy wanted to jump off this drop, so I decided to help him a little bit by guiding him. Whenever it comes to Lothric Castle, I'm usually scared about the Dragon Slayer armor. I always fuck it up somehow. But this one, I don't know what it was. Amazing. I think I got it on my first or second attempt, which is impressive to me because I usually get out on my 15th or 20th. Next course of action was the two profiles, or the ancestors, if you will. These guys honestly gave me a bit of an issue, and it took quite a few tries to actually beat them, but, they can kill me millions of times. I only beat them once.
Marks our grave. Our grave, but you may rest here too, if you like. This spot marks our grave.
So I I stated at the start of the video, Garfunkle is I kept dying to the same attack over and over again.
Marks are grey.
And I wanted to smash my head with a brick with these guys. Because for the life of me, for like 2 days straight, I could not pass this first phase, not even the second phase.
You may rest here
Eventually
too,
it came to a close, and I killed the younger prince first, because fuck
but you may
Gloria.
rest here too, if you like. This spot marks our grave, but you may rest here too, if you like. My words, SL1. You remain among the accursed.
He was finally able to do it. He made it to the end, and now all he has is the final boss. So, for a bit of context, the unedited footage for this fight alone was 3 hours. And it took me a proper hour and a half to get to the second phase from just learning his attacks. And oh boy, this honestly made me less like stressed than the princes. Like, in my opinion, I'd fight this any day of the week over the 2 princes. Was really hurting my motivation to do this, but I saw the light at the end. I wasn't expecting to get juggled during this fight, so this death, I was shocked completely. With his own two fists, Garfunkle is able to show the world that you do not need the help of others, but only your own motivation to become the strongest. Garfunkle did not need the help of the Fire Maiden, but his own mindset to achieve that. So this was my first major project, editing on my own, clipping, cutting, learning it all, honestly. I'm not happy with it, but I am putting it out as like a project of sorts. And honestly, any feedback is good feedback. Criticize me all you want. I will take it, with tough skin, and I'll make it better in the next video. But I am happy with this, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.